guys, Shane here. I'm the man behind Warp Fab. In the description box I'll have some links up to my Instagram and my Facebook page. Facebook page I can't get a hold of right now, so it's just kind of sitting there idling. Working on it, so I'll get to it eventually, but this will be the start of my video collection. I figured now would be the best time as any to get it started. I'm actually starting right from the ground. I just recently fell victim to the wildfire in Fort McMurray, so I'm just trying to get everything going again and trying to get my life restarted. And so I figured, why not right now? I was working on some pretty cool stuff before the fire. I'll get into that stuff as later on with other videos, but in the meantime I figured introduce myself and show you my new ride. I just picked up a 2004 Pontiac GTO, the 5.7 6-speed. It's rated at, I don't know, 350 horse, 350 torque, give or take. But I got a great deal on it. It was imported from Virginia into BC, and the guy in BC didn't take very good care of it and ended up putting it in the ditch. There's a bunch of other things I'll walk you through here. I'm just heading out to a racetrack that I started about 5 years ago now, 6 years ago. It's a track that's been in the community for quite some time, but it laid abandoned there for quite a while. So I tried to make the effort to get it going again, but it's proven very difficult, but that's something else we'll get into again. Yeah, there's a lot of things the guy didn't take care of on this thing, so it's going to take a little bit of love to bring her back, but she's basically going to be a drift car. Then I'll probably double it as a track car, grip it and slip, because it's basically just a hobby of mine. Like, I haven't really done a whole lot of in regards to professional racing, professional fabrication. It's not my trade. I'm a heavy-duty mechanic by trade. Lately, I've been getting involved with the Fort McMurray Drivers Club. Great group of guys, and watching a few of them during the drifting, so it kind of caught my attention, and so I decided to build something for that, and that's what I was working on pre-fire, and it was really cool. It was probably one of the most loved and hated builds in Alberta, I guess, in the drifting community. And again, that's another video. That's a bit of a story. I'll get into detail on that one, but that's all history. Now it's all about the future, and I'm looking forward to it. Gonna have a much bigger house, gonna have a much bigger shop. So here, without further ado, I'll just get out and give you a walk around on the car here. I'm just coming up to the track. Well guys, here it is, the 2004 Pontiac GTO. She's a little rough on the edges, yeah. She needs a bit of love, but she has potential. It's in the right hands now, I do think so myself. Now this car, the last owner did a pretty good number on this thing, in my opinion. Like, it could be worse, it could be a lot better, but for the price the guy paid before me and the price that I paid, it was worth it. Like, it's got some pretty kick-ass sets of wheels and tires on it. They've seen better days, obviously. You got this here, all the coatings coming off this one rim, but they're Santi wheels. It's got stock brakes on it. The backs are wide. I'd say they're probably 10 inches wide. I haven't really done a whole lot of research on the wheels yet to see what they are, but they're pretty banged up on the inside on the beads, and got definitely some scuffing going on, but they'd be a pretty decent drift wheel. I'm gonna have to Maybe see about buying some barrels for it. I don't know if it's a possibility. I don't know much about the 3-piece. Now, he was running 275/30 19s on this thing, and I just ended up squeezing a set of 255 35s. They seem not to hit as bad. Now, it does look like he had rolled the fender, but what method he used, I have no idea. But the other one, the outside of the tire, couldn't see nothing. It was completely wore off. This one here seems to be okay. I have heard it rub a couple times under a hard corner or coming onto the throttle pretty hard. Like same with this one here, it's a bit not too bad in shape. The front seemed to take the biggest beating. Like this one here, it's a good one. But yeah, the records show, I did a Carfax report on it. The records show it was in a front end collision, single vehicle, and it hit a ditch. It said minor damage, but it didn't say it was rolled off or anything like that. Now, when I went to go pick it up, the guy I was buying it from said that the guy's insurance company didn't want to pay for it because it was so hard to find the parts, that they just wrote it off. But I don't think they actually put the title on it. So my buddy bought it out and sold it to a body guy, which then I bought it off him. This is a fluke, actually. It was an ad on Kijiji. He was looking for front end parts. All right, I'll just pop the hood and show you some of the damage. Now, a couple of the headlights were completely smashed out, so the last guy went and got those. I gotta get the filter cleaned on it. It's got like a crack here. Nothing too crazy. Everything seems to be mostly in place. The AC condenser is gone. The belt's off the AC. So I'm gonna have to pull that out and get that off the car, save some weight at least, or what I can for now. But as you can see here, front end was all beat in and pushed down. Now I did get a slip from the last buyer. He had it on a frame rack in Edmonton, so they were able to put it on there, and all the points of the suspension were spot on. It's just the rad support was all tweaked up. I tried to straighten it up as best I can. The fender here I'd already straightened up, as you can see right here. Did a little bit of work, a little bit of rough paint, just to keep it from rusting. The front bumper's got a bit of work, needs to get her all glued back together. But as you can see, I had to actually relocate the front bumper just ahead a little bit, just so when I closed the hood it didn't have such of an overbite. But it's good enough for now. Well, next year when I get my place up, I'm gonna actually just cut the whole front end right off of it, do it all tube, put it on a serious weight reduction. But for now, it's going to be good just for the way it is, because I have some other ideas as well. When I go to do my new garage and I got this car, I'm going to take the interior, which is not in bad shape. It's actually fairly decent shape. Now the door panels I might try to sell online. The seats, the driver's seat's in good shape. The passenger seat, however, has got a little split down the side. See, as you can see, the glorious automatic T-handle shifter. It's okay, I guess. It's not the greatest. And these are pretty cool. These came with the car. Yeah. I thought they were pretty cool, so I just hung them from the rearview mirror. It is what it is. Steering wheel has got some shit going on there. But yeah, back to what I was thinking. Like, these seats are in pretty good shape, so I figured if I take this whole section here and all this piece and the two seats and the middle section and actually put it in the corner of my garage and have a set of seats there in the corner, just for a company and stuff, whatnot, have like a little man cave going. And then these seats here, if I can't really find a potential buyer that's worth it, I was going to turn them into some captain's chairs for my man cave. One will be for me and one will be for whoever. And then obviously I have my factory, or my old LS engine, and my old built 6-speed that I had from my other project. I got that from the fire, so it looks pretty interesting. So I'm going to use that. The engine has a coffee table and the tranny has like a bar stool table. Again, it's not bad. I got one wheel bearing kind of starting to get buggered up on me. I got 2 of them ordered. Brakes are in good shape. The e-brake does not work as of right now, so it probably just needs a little bit of an adjustment. When I first got the car, I went to go hit the e-brake just to see if it functioned just from a slow roll. It grabbed as soon as I hit to a certain point, so that indicated that, yeah, we got some massive out of adjustment brakes, and now they just won't even grab. So, and then, oh yeah, there's an adjustment rod on the back on this side has got bent, and I'm assuming for when Buddy hit the ditch with it. But overall, I had it on the hoist. Yeah, this was a shocker. I was like, fuck, this thing sounds sick. And it does. Right? Don't get me wrong, it sounds nice. And I looked, I was like, oh, look at that, a Borla exhaust. Until I got it on the hoist. Yeah, Borla tips. Maybe the Borla end pipes, but they're pretty small. I think they're only 2.5 or 2 even. I'm not sure, I have to measure them. But it's got the exhaust cut out of it and basically just straight pipe pieced together, half-ass welded. Definitely was not an exhaust guy. If he was, he definitely was an apprentice and didn't learn to weld very good. But it's got 183,000 on it. So far, I haven't had a chance to check anything like compression, oil, tranny, everything seemed to be good. Oil looked to be good. Now, of course, I'm going to do a flush here soon and get all that out of the way and make sure everything's kosher and get those wheel bearings fixed. And hopefully I might be able to get maybe a drift or 2 out of it this year, maybe, just to see how it works and get some drag bags for it. I'm going to do a fender flare, get those skirts back on it, and then just going to stud it up for this winter. This is another big plan because we're going to have some ice races that we had the last couple of years. Now, last year, obviously, the weather was shit, and a couple of the event organizers kind of fouled everything up a little bit, but that's okay. We're going to get ahead of it and going to get going again. And so I figured, why not stud this up and have some fun on the ice. Probably going to use 1/4 inch cell tapping bolts with 1/4 inch nuts just cross threaded on them. I did it with my Razor XP900 by using concrete screws, but they're a little bit too much for this car. So we'll just put some shorter ones. A friend of mine, Roger, he did it with his Subaru, and it turned out really good. It was just enough, and he was almost able to keep up with the UTVs that were studded. And plus, he's got skill too, so that makes a big difference. But that's it. This is her for now. You might not see a whole lot as of right now going to be happening with the car. Just some simple diet maybe here and there, but really, I'm in a temporary car tent, so temporary shop. I don't have a whole lot of tools right now. It's going to be a slow process replacing all that stuff, but I look forward to shopping for all new stuff and just get back into fabricating and turning this thing into a Formula Drift capable car. Now, will I ever go Formula Drift? It's hard to say. I may not. I might just keep it on the fun side. I got a few friends that could help me out with tires and stuff to make it somewhat cheap. And if I'm good, because I haven't really drifted a whole lot with cars, UTVs, yeah, dirt, yeah, all the time, but not so much on pavement. My buddy's 06 GTO, which we have, which I'll do a video on that sometime. He has the 6-liter with the automatic, and we drifted it one day with the scales, and I couldn't believe I was able to drift it not too bad. It was pretty easy. A few people were impressed. I was pretty impressed. It was my actual first drift in a car, especially American muscle. Obviously, I didn't get my old project finished and was able to fucking actually use it. So this is the one here, boys. Hopefully I don't lose this one to theft or fire or anything like that, something stupid, and be able to move on with my life and have some fun for a change. Alright guys, well, thanks for tuning in, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Subscribe. I'm gonna get some more videos going here right away as soon as I can, to get you caught up with what's been happening up here in Fort McMurray and with the racing and my projects. Alright guys, well, thanks again, and let's do this.